Good morning, up and out of the shelter. It's a very short, like a 0.3 to get to the road where we think G's going to be dropped off this morning. We'll catch back up with him in a little bit and then start hiking out. And then because we did so many miles yesterday, I think we're going to change up our game plan and maybe do more miles today and push to the next shelter, which would be like 18 and a half, I think. But we'll talk about it once we meet up with G again. So right along the AT here and across the creek, I think this might be the captain's place. World famous on the AT, Trail Angel. You would let people camp and stuff on his lawn. And you would have to take a zip line to get across the creek over to his house, which was kind of cool. But he had sadly passed away just last summer. And apparently the new owners are not hiker friendly, so that kind of sucks. Another living trail legend has passed away. Okay, just got loaded up with water, which we think is the last water source for like the next 8 miles or so. And we're like a 0.2 to the Bailey Gap shelter, so we'll take a break there. Still haven't met up with G yet. He's either a little bit ahead of us or a little bit behind us. Either way, not too worried. He might be up there waiting. And here we are, Bailey Gap shelter. A little snake visitor into the camp. This is a little black snake. Alright, we're out of the shelter. We're up on the kind of a flatter cliff edge for a bit. Nice and foggy up here, which makes it kind of cool and atmospheric. We caught back up with G, so he's with us. And we're going to change our game plan for a little bit and maybe push around 18 miles a day. And the goal is going to be, once the weather gets better in a few days, we'll try to hit McAfee Knob in the morning. Can maybe catch sunrise up there. There's not going to be any tourists, so that should be a really cool opportunity to hit. But that kind of changes up our shelter hopping schedule. No big deal. I'll cover that maybe more in detail when we get a minute to stop, another break or something. But that's what the current game plan is going to be, and that could put us into Daleville. Instead of doing like a 9-mile day to get into there, that might get us in there a whole day earlier, but then still maybe planning on taking it at 0 there probably. Here's the view from Wind Rock. Well, we're done with the first ridge line. That was long and rocky. The first half of it was extremely rocky and very slow going. And then it mellowed out for a little bit for the second half. Now we're starting a long descent. A couple more miles, we'll hit another shelter. We'll chill there for a bit. This little trail junction, Warspur, 2 miles I guess. That's the next break point. Made it to the Warspur shelter. Okay, we had a little change of plan, And we're just going to stay here tonight at the Warspur shelter. It looked like a really big climb out of here, and it's already past, I think it's 3:30, almost 4 o'clock, and it could be, some of the comments say it'd be pretty good of a climb, so it could take a couple hours just to do that. Could put us into the intended destination near sunset, so we're just going to tackle that tomorrow. This will be fine. Plus there's potentially weather coming in. This spot's a really good shelter location. So we're just going to chill here, and this was again the kind of the original intended site anyway, since we did such a big push yesterday, and we're already kind of ahead of schedule, but we're all set up, we'll be good. We got plenty of time before dinner and all that, so we're just going to relax. I'll probably catch up on some editing because I think I'm a day behind anyway, but that's all for now. Alright, we're all settled in for the night, all chores and stuff are done. I'm going to go ahead and sign off for here, and I'll just check back in and we'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. We are up and out of Warspur. I think today we're going to be aiming for the Niday shelter, which is a little over 18 miles away, I think. And I think there's a good major landmark for today is going to be the Kefir Oak. I'll talk about more of that when we pass by it, but that'll be later in the afternoon, I think. Got some good ups and downs to tackle today. Hopefully not too steep and hopefully not too rocky. But and today I think might be the last of the rainy days. It rained a good bit yesterday evening. And I think right now it's just kind of dripping off the leaves. We'll see, but hopefully not too rainy today. Anyway, let's get hiking down trail. Nice and foggy up in the mountains this morning on this first big hill climb. So far this climb hasn't been too bad overall. Decent grade up, not rocky.
Really, the rest of the day is easy. If we can get this completed. Yeah, easier.
So something I've just thought of thinking back to like earlier sections of the AT where you're kind of just straight up and over all the mountains, and I would pull the camera out and film if you got a nice view and stuff and be like, this is the top of such and such mountain, and this is the top of such and such bald or knob or whatever. And once you get into Virginia, it's like that really doesn't happen. You kind of go on this little ridge line and you walk for a bit and you go down. There's not really any mountains and stuff you go over. It's rocky and stuff, but there's just more flatter sections and smoother terrain and just not mountains you're going over. That's all. Here's the view from Kelly Knob. Not much to see. Very precarious with the rocks though. So if you come out here, just watch your footing. And here's the turnoff for the first shelter of the day. Laurel Creek Shelter, just down here. I'll take a good break here for a bit. Alright, we're out of the Laurel Creek Shelter for a quick snack break. And unfortunately we've had to say goodbye to Bill. He's been kind of having some pain a little bit lately, so he's going to bail out at the next road crossing and get himself checked out. But we're at a creek, so we're going to fill up on water here, and we'll be continuing down trail. In a little bit, a few more miles, we'll be running into the big oak tree, so that'll be kind of cool to see. Old worn down cabin on the side of the trail there. And here's the big oak tree, the Kefir oak. This one here. Over 300 years old. Largest tree on the southern section of the AT. Second largest tree overall on the AT. And over 18 feet around. Yeah, it's pretty massive.
It's a big tree.
Up on top of the next ridge line. It's just one of those weather days where you'll see a storm coming, so you put all your rain gear on and then nothing happens, so you take everything off and it starts raining. Then you're like, okay, well, let's give it a few minutes. And after 15 minutes of being rained on, you're like, okay, I'll put my rain gear back on. And then the rain stops. So just constantly on, off, on, off, on, off. It's too warm to be just sitting in rain gear when it's not raining, so you just start sweating. So right now is one of those moments where it looked like it was gonna rain, nothing happened. Got my rain gear on. Now I'm just waiting. So this area is called Bruiser's Knob. And these are the Bruiser's Knob cairns. Wonder if there's just the one, or if there's a whole bunch of cairns up here. So far, just one. There's a few more cairns in this area, but they're all just kind of broken rubble heaps. Wonder what the story on these little rock piles are. There's a split off Sarver Hollow shelter. That says 0.4. I need a bathroom break though, and this will give me an opportunity to rest my feet up. So I think we're gonna do it. It's supposed to be a really steep, switchbacky trail down here, so it's gonna be kind of a pain in the butt to get down and back. There's the Sarver Hollow shelter. Of course, one of the most out of the way, pain in the butt to get to, probably never visited shelters. Is actually one of the nicest I've ever seen. With this full deck, picnic table, full roof over it. This is awesome. This is how you do a shelter. Nice space on the inside. They could have just about made it a double decker if they wanted to and squeeze people in there, but this one's pretty nice. Okay, we're coming back up to the trail. That was a huge pain in the butt. That bathroom break cost me 45 minutes, but I had to do it. I think we got a little over 6 miles to the shelter destination for tonight, so I need to start picking up the pace, I think. Niday shelter, that's where we're going. The terrain up here is pretty good. I feel like I'm moving at a pretty good pace. Popping out for some good views every once in a while. So far the weather's staying mostly away. Only got rained on for a little bit, for like 15 minutes. There's a bit of these rocky ledges in segments. They're cool, but they're kind of hard to navigate and precarious. You definitely don't want to go sliding down. Alright, I'm officially tired of these ledges. This is a cool part and all, but I'm going 1 mile an hour and I got places to be. I'm going way too slow. Eastern Continental Divide. So I think this signifies any water flowing to the left goes into the Mississippi River to the Gulf of Mexico. Water flowing to the right, it goes into the James River and into the Atlantic Ocean. And from here, we're only about 2.5 miles or so till our shelter destination for tonight. There's the Niday shelter. We stop for the night. Here's where me and G are tucked in.
We're Wally's girlfriend.
Yeah. That's funny.
Alright, we got all the chores done for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and sign off for here. Just one more quick note. Ran into a new person. Trail name is Happy Thoughts, which I think fits her perfect. And she's doing a vlog and stuff out here too. And go check her out. Yeah, and your YouTube channel is?
Meandering.meganb.
Yeah.
Yay!
So, great company. She's been awesome out here. It's good to meet her.
Thanks so much. Nice to meet you
Cool.
too.
We'll see you guys.